What is going on, everyone? It is your boy Blank Online here again with some more Call of Duty Modern Warfare content. We're on a slight little grind lately. It's going good. I'm feeling good making videos, and it's fun to me right now. Even though Modern Warfare is a bit iffy, I'm having fun making videos for you guys. But today, nevertheless, we're talking about the spawns in this game and how fucking garbage they are. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing another episode of the garbage series where we talk about things in Call of Duty that are absolutely fucking garbage, how they're garbage, and how we can improve them moving forward. Now today we're talking about spawns, and I know you know about the spawns in this game and how shitty they are. I thought we were done with this. Honestly, I thought Call of Duty learned how to do spawn systems after 50 million years in development with this franchise. You'd think they'd learn with Black Ops 4 and how Black Ops 4 launched and how shitty those spawns are. Throwback to my Black Ops 4 spawns are garbage video that got like semi-viral for whatever reason, but nevertheless, here we are talking about it again in Modern Warfare. Now, what are the problems with spawns in Modern Warfare, you may be asking, if you've never played the game or if you've only played a couple of games and haven't had enough time to experience it for whatever the fuck it is. The spawns in Modern Warfare are they are too predictable. I think that's the way to say it, and they're too slow to switch. Now, the thing with it, right, let's say you're playing a game of domination. Now, if your team captures the C flag and the B flag, your team will obviously spawn at the C flag. If your team catches the A or B flag, obviously your team will spawn at the A flag. If your team only has one flag captured, whether that be A, B, or C, you're gonna spawn near where that flag is, because technically the game sees it as your home flag, so it's going to spawn you near there. The thing with it though is that each multiplayer map only has a set amount of spawn points that players can spawn from. Now, that's been a thing with every single Call of Duty, but here in Modern Warfare, for whatever reason, it's super fucking predictable and it's super fucking obvious that there's only a handful of spawn points in each of the maps. Now, why is this a problem, you may be asking? It's just the code. It's just the way to develop the game. Why is this a problem? Because it's way too easy to fucking spawn trap in this game. As soon as you get pinned in to your home flag, you're done for, because the game will not switch your spawn until it's literally too late, until you're being triple capped, until your team is getting multiple fingers up their ass unwillingly. That's when the game will flip the spawns finally. It's too slow to realize it and to do it already, because in previous Call of Duties, look, what would happen is if your team would spawn trap, and yes, spawn trapping has always been in Call of Duty, but only the really good players will know how to do it right, because in previous Call of Duties, even if you went a little bit too far, then that would trigger the spawns to instantly flip. Now, the good players would keep their distance and do all that sort of stuff, but with this game here in Modern Warfare, it doesn't matter how far you push. It doesn't fucking matter. You can be in the enemy spawn and the spawns will still not push. You will have enemies spawning around you, left, right, center, in your bum hole, in your pee-pee hole, in your belly button hole, everywhere, and it doesn't even matter. The game won't even think to switch the spawns out. I cannot tell you guys, honestly, if I had $1 for every single time that I spawned, ran 2 seconds, and got instantly lasered, I honestly would be a millionaire. If I had a 5 cents for every time I spawned and instantly got shot at, I would be not quite a millionaire, because 5 cents isn't quite enough for the amount of times that's happened to me, but you get the point, right? I don't understand it. I don't understand how they didn't learn from the beta. This shit was happening in the beta. Isn't a beta meant to be so that you can fucking iron out the mistakes in your goddamn game? But they didn't do that, did they? Modern Warfare still has the same spawn problems that they've had ever since the fucking beta, and they haven't fucking addressed it. It's mind-boggling, right? Because we were complaining about spawns in the beta, and you think they go, maybe we should fix the spawns here, but they didn't. I honestly do not believe that one person did not complain about the spawns. I do not believe that one person did not think, oh, maybe we should tell them to improve the spawns. I do not believe that. I cannot believe that Infinity Ward did not know that the spawns were a concern in the beta, and yet they've let it slide here into the proper release of the game, and we're still having the same problems that we did back then. Now, that's the issue. How do we fix it? Now, obviously, You gotta fix the way the spawns are coded in the game. You gotta make it so that there's a certain threshold that the enemy team has to cross in order for the spawns to flip, just like it has been in previous Call of Duty. So that, let's say you have the C flag on Hackney Yard, right, and you're in that little building thing, and let's say if the enemy goes anywhere within that first little block of land that you've got there, until you get past those walls and until you get into somewhat of the middle of the map, that's the cutoff point. If an enemy goes in there and you're spawning there, flip the spawns. Or if multiple enemies go in there, flip the spawns. It's the coding has to change so that enemies can't just sit in the spawn and have people spawn around them just so that they can pick them off because they're sitting in a corner with a claymore or doing whatever the fuck they want to do, like the little bitches that they are. The other thing that you can do is add more places for spawn points in the maps as well. I don't see how it's an issue to add extra points of spawn in the current set of maps that you have. Also, remove the spawn points that are all the way in the back fuck of the map and bring us closer to the action so that we're not running 10 miles or a marathon in order to get to the thick of the action, right? Because that's the most annoying thing. In Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you die so fast, it's a pain in the ass when half of your life is spent running to the action and the other half of your life is spent throwing your controller across the fucking room because the time to kill is so fast, and as soon as you poke your head around a corner, you're fucking lasered to death. But that's a topic for another video. We're talking about the spawns here in Modern Warfare. So that's the two things that I would do to change the way the spawns are in this system. We'll go back and talk about them. Change one would be to just create a threshold, create something that where when enemy players reach a certain point in your current spawn, you flip the spawns. Don't wait till it's too late to flip the spawns. It should happen as soon as a hard push happens. And then the second thing would be to add more points of spawn in the map opposed to the handful that we currently have here in the game. Now, whether or not these things will happen, we'll wait to be seen. The Black Ops 4 spawns were fixed, and I'll keep up to date with this topic as I did there with Black Ops 4. I'll keep up to date on where this is going and how this is being on track, and if Infinity Ward addresses the situation or anything like that. Actually, I want to tell you guys a story about how shit these spawns are. So I was playing my first ever match on Piccadilly. I was kind of excited because I never played Piccadilly before, but the thing is, I didn't realize that that map is a big fucking circle. So as soon as two of the flags are captured, then you're pretty much fucked, because there's so many buildings and points of elevation, choke points and stuff like that, that as soon as you only have one flag on that map and the enemy team has two, you're completely fucked. And that's exactly what happened to me. We captured the C flag, finding it a hard time to capture the B flag because it's just a big fucking circle, as I said, and it was just rough. Honestly, that game was absolutely rough because we got spawn trapped to fuck. And the game didn't even think to flip the spawns so that we'd spawn on the A flag because we were getting pushed so fucking hard. Honestly, that game we did not get flipped once. We just kept getting butt fucked and butt fucked and butt fucked until the other team came inside of our anuses and we lost the game by a big margin. Now that literally, that's what's wrong with this game. That and maps. The two biggest pieces of shit in this entire game is the spawns and the maps. But we have a lot more to talk about here in this series about things that are wrong with Modern Warfare, what are the issues, how to fix them. So if you're interested in more of that, please click that subscribe button so you do not miss out on another episode of this one. In the comments down below, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the spawning situation in this game. Do you have the same experience as me? Do you have a different experience where the spawns are actually good for you? Let me know. Do you agree or disagree with my opinions on the spawns and stuff like that? Because obviously everybody has their own opinions and everyone's entitled to them. So let me know your entitled opinion in the comments down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
Pull up in the gold, I'm leading. But them other man need feeding. I don't wanna go Bombay. Them I don't know what I do when I go from Beeling. Leading the pack in black and I'm on with a bag. Snapping with a phone and dab. Boss up a man with a duster. Put him in the drip and sip blockbuster. Win, 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 that's the only ammo. Ring, 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 I reply with Eno. Call me Leno, had it hard. Switch up the ting as I hit bellow. Switch up the ting as I drink mellow. Switch up the ting in my black and yellow. So fresh, clean, saw the ting and she popped like hello. Drink from the bottle, I'm making a puddle. Call up the server to clean up the bubbles. She wanna sip of the glorious.